Hi, this is Trey Passer. As promised in my vlog, I went to see two movies. The second movie I saw was Collateral Beauty, starring Will Smith. All-star cast: Kate Winslet's in there, Helen Mirren, Keira Knightley, Edward Norton, Naomi Harris, Jacob Lattimore. And this is basically the story of a man who's retreated from life. He runs an advertising agency, Will Smith's character, and after the death of his daughter, he's retreated from life, and he's not, he runs an advertising agency, but he's really not involved in the business. He just shows up for work, but he doesn't really engage anybody and stuff. And the people that work with him are worried about him, of course. So anyway, this is obviously, with the cast and around this time, Oscar bait, as it were, for this movie. But I have to be honest with you about this movie. I had high hopes for this movie because the trailer really moved me, and I thought this was going to be sort of like, like a modern day Christmas Carol from the trailers, what you see. But obviously it's not that, and that's really, I think, on the producers of the film, or I guess Warner Brothers, for, I guess, false advertising, because the premise that they give you in the trailer is not really what happens in the movie, and without spoiling it. So that kind of, threw me off while watching the movie, and it really kind of hinders the movie. And there is a couple of twists towards the end of the movie, which really hurt the movie even more. To be perfectly honest, the thing is, the cast gives good performances. It's just that the premise of the movie and the script is just really, it's just really, it fails the actors. I mean, they do the best they can, and I think the best person in this movie to me is Helen Mirren. I thought her, and I like Ed Pena, Michael Pena, excuse me, not Ed Pena, Michael Pena. I thought those two were the best in this movie. As for Will Smith's character, he's supposed to be, retreating from life and all that stuff. So he does that very well. And there's one particular scene in the movie where he actually does move me, with his grief. He actually does move me, but that involves the twist towards the end of the movie, which kind of really is, like I said, this movie kind of bait and switches you. It basically lies to you in the trailer about what the movie really is. Okay, and it's not that. It's something different. It's actually something quite different and quite cold, if just in my opinion, about what happens. Okay, without spoiling it. And like I said, this guy is retreating from life, and his friends are worried about him. So they, like you say in the trailer, they hire these three actors to interact with him. But the reason for this is it's just crazy. Well, not crazy actually. It's actually, but they're supposed to be his friends. So, but this, like I said, it just really, this movie's about 90 something minutes, about 97 minutes. But I think this movie could have had real potential, especially with the cast. And if they had a better script, and if they actually did a sort of like a variation on the Christmas Carol thing with the three ghosts, I think that this probably would have been a better movie, in my opinion. But as it is, the plot of it really is false advertising. The actual real plot of the movie is, is different from what they show you in the trailer. So it's really kind of false advertising. And it really, to me, it hinders the movie. Okay, and it's really sad because, like I say, you do get good performances out of most of the cast in this, but it's just the premise is not what they make it out to be. So that kind of hinders the movie. And it just really, a lot of the stuff in the movie exists to really play with your emotions, basically. Let's be perfectly honest. It's they released it during Christmas. It's around the holidays, and a tragedy happens, so they are trying to manipulate your your tears. But it's just, the premise of it is not what they advertised in the trailers. And if they actually made it what they said in the trailer, I think it would have been a better movie, in my opinion, without spoiling. I hope I didn't. I'm trying not to spoil it, but, and like I said, telling you about the twist, which happens towards the the end of the movie, really kind of hinders the first part of the movie as well. And just, it really is a kind of a disappointment, because I was really looking forward to this movie, especially with this cast. The cast, unfortunately, they don't get much to work with, even though they do a good job. Especially, like I said, Helen Mirren. I really liked her character, her and Michael Pena. I thought those two were good. And Naomi Harris I think, was good as too. I think all the actors did a good job, but the material wasn't up to this great a cast. Okay, so overall, I'm gonna have to give this movie I was just for the cast alone, I was going to try to give it a 7, but I'm not going to give it a 7 because the cast kind of elevates it to where it is. So, unfortunately, Collateral Beauty, you can actually wait to see this movie. You don't have to go out and see it. Unfortunately, I don't. I mean, there are things in the movie that I liked, and if they actually did what they said they would, the way they advertised it, I think it would have been a better movie. So I'm going to give this movie a 6.5. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. It really kind of disappointed me, and like I said, and plus, like I said, it's 97 minutes. I think if they would actually did what they said in the trailer, and actually made the movie a little bit longer. I know that's weird to say a movie should be longer, but I think it would have been longer just so you could be invested in Will Smith's character. I mean, they really don't really give you that much of his character. They just jump you into his grief, and then then his friends act from then on. So like basically Will Smith, especially in the first part of the movie, he's basically everybody else is acting around him because he's supposed to be in this grief, so he's not communicating with anybody, so you don't really get anything out of him, which is really, I think, hinders the movie, especially when he's supposed to be the big star of this movie. Okay, so I think it is a disappointment. So again, 6.5 for me. Again, this movie had potential. I think it could have been a good movie, and it's not the cast fault. It's the script fault. It's the script, and plus, I guess Warner Brothers, maybe when they saw the movie, they said, "Oh my God, we got to make it advertise it to being something else than what it actually is," and which is kind of a switch and bait, type of thing. So again, a 6.5 for me. And I'm disappointed because I was really, like I said, the actors I think do a good job. It's just that the script really is a letdown. It's not, and it's false advertised. It's not advertised the way they advertise. Is not what's actually in the movie, in the real plot. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you've seen Collateral Beauty, what do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.